Surprise! This is recorded. This reading for Scorpio for July 2020. I've already done 3 smudges. I've kept the original layout of the cards all the way through. I have made I don't know how many times and spent a few hours at least trying to get Lightstream to work, trying to get OBS to work. And I think it's the YouTube server, because both are claiming they're having the same problem, remaining connected to the server. So, anyways, I just said I was going to do this. I don't know about it anymore, but I'll at least get it, because I'm determined to get Scorpio done now. So, anyways, I've already smudged this, so I'm not going to smudge again. I've smudged a few times. I'm not going to do it again. God almighty, that's ridiculous, really, when you think about it. So, the very first card I have for you here, Scorpio, is the Queen of Wands. She's a wonderful card. This is your overall energy. Here's your cards. Here are your spread. Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles, Six of Wands, Justice, and the King of Swords. Message from Spirit. Challenges. Hearth and home. Finances and wealth in your overall energy. And that's what we have. So, there. This is highly disappointing. You got to give me a minute to get through it here. I said, all right, I'm gonna stop right here. I'm not doing this again tonight. Attempt after attempt, and next thing you know, 2 hours has gone by, and you still, said I was gonna dive right in here. My frustration level is really high at the moment. I find this a strange card with the Queen of Wands to be coming up for Scorpio. Scorpions have a lot of passion, but it's a quiet, it's an understated, it's a deep-seated inner passion that usually doesn't get displayed to outside of Scorpio. It's usually something contained, protected, held back. They normally don't flaunt their passion, right? Unless they're angry. If they're angry, they don't care where they flaunt it. They don't care who is there. They've got something to do or say. They have something to do or say. And they don't wait for, the stars and the planets to line up at the right moment to do or say something that's not pleasant. They do it when they want to do it. They don't wait on anything. It just comes out. But the thing with her is she's opposite of all this, which is funny for Scorpio. She's very lively. She's engaging. She's very chatty. She loves to laugh. She lives her life to the fullest each moment. She likes people. People tend to like her. If she takes a liking to you, she tends to, see again, Scorpio's pretty picky, but as far as the Queen goes, she's very quick to support people and help people. If you're, somebody else, you're another sign going through something, and she sees somebody struggling, but doing their best, and she jumps right on board with them and to help them. I'm still trying to tie her in with you guys and what this could be. Because she definitely represents you guys, okay? She's the Queen. Queens, 99% of the time, represent the queerance. You. Let go. Let go. The Queen, this Queen, she thrives in company. And she's very passionate, very talkative, and very dynamic. She leads by examples. She doesn't just talk. She does the walk, the real action on everything. Through her work and beliefs, she inspires others to fulfill their potential. Does it sound like you, Scorpio? In relationships, she speaks from the heart. Communication is vital to her. She may find it highly frustrating trying to deal with people who are closed off from their emotions. Poker face people. They never have any expression except that poker face. If you're resonating with this card, we call it the You card. This queen is here now to show you it's time to honor your special talents. Maybe that's all this is over. The Scorpio sharing what it is that you have to share with the world. And yes, it could be some kind of a talent. The advice of the card, you're to follow your intuition. This will make the best decisions in your relationships, your work, your progress. Pay attention to that right there, the advice. Follow your intuition. You'll be making the best decisions affecting relationships, work, and projects. Keywords are enthusiasm. And Scorpio gets enthusiastic, but they mainly don't blah all over the place about it. You know what I'm saying? Normally they don't do that. They do it by action. There's one thing about Scorpio. They're not talkers. They won't sit and talk and talk. They take action right away. Their actions speak for them. They don't have to open their mouths. It's a wonderful thing. Leadership, absolutely. Scorpions don't do well following other people. They're the leaders. Most Scorpions are the leaders. And that word, leaders, in many senses of the word that you can come up with, that would affect you. Highly creative, again, but very secretive almost about their creativity. They don't share with a lot of people, not till they hit the final product. But while it's in creation, they want anybody looking in and watching them. They don't like that. So they tend to hold a lot of things in on themselves. Somebody says, hey, what's new with you? They'll go, oh, not much. And man, they got mind-blowing stuff going on behind the scenes, but won't share that until the time is right. It's just the way they are. Very strong intuition. Very, very strong. You need to hone and sharpen the skill of listening as well to your own intuition so that you don't think that this is my ego, or you wouldn't think of it at all and it is your ego that you're listening to and not your intuition. There's a big difference here between the two. All right. Relationships to be highlighted. Inner strength. Standing strong, standing tall, holding your ground as well. But the furthest thing, the highest thing for you is integrity. And integrity is fantastic. You're walking the straight, the narrow. You're trying to do a balanced life. You're trying to be honorable. When you keep your integrity in place, you're trying to do the right thing and not the wrong thing. That is highly central. In your month for July, have your integrity forefront and center at all times so that you don't go the wrong way. All right? So your intuition for the month, develop, become more poignant with your intuition. Keep your inner strength fueled. And if you see somebody that is scrambling for help and they're struggling, it might do you good, a world of good, Scorpio, to help that person out. It shows you aiding other people, putting yourself out there. You got an attitude. I'm likable. I even like me. If there's somebody out there that's not liking me, ask me how much I care. Because I don't. Because Scorpio has enough on the ball where they see the important things and the value in life. It's not people's different opinions on you at all. It's your opinion on you, yourself. And this queen will laugh her way through the day. And she may have had 3 or 4 people trying to offend her or throw blocks in front of her. She just keeps on going and going. And she never, because she's a Scorpion, never, ever, ever lets people or situations or happenings change what she is inside. She holds tight to that, as you do, Scorpio. It's honoring who you are and what you're all about, and not having influences from the outside trying to jar you on the inside. And she has got so much brilliant love and light and compassion about her. If there was any shadows in the reading at all, she's basically blinding them out and washing them away. Which, you know what I just heard? I'll tell you what I just heard, and it makes sense. through her, the representation of her, the universe is highly favoring you right now. And the universe is looking over your shoulder. And the universe is, what's the word I'm looking for, is the universe is acting as a, oh my God, there's a word that would fit this so well and I can't think of it. Almost like a buffer zone between you and life, you and happenings, you and circumstances. Almost like a soft buffer zone. When you go through the month, the things that you were expecting and you already knew you were going to have to go through and deal with, you had a certain level of expectation of how it might not be that pleasant and it might not be that great to go through, but these are things that had to be done. As you start to deal with things through the month, you're going through a lot quicker and smoother than you ever expected. And you're like, what's going on? And what's going on is the universe is watching and putting up a buffer between you and harsh reality and making things quicker, easier, smoother to get through. So you can get on to the next. You feel like you're being cushioned almost through the whole month. Things could be much more harsh for you. But with her being your overall energy, that's not the word I was looking for either. It isn't cushioning, but it's like there's a cushioning. All you're receiving are soft impacts instead of hard blows. You come through a situation and you don't need recovery time. You're ready to go on to the next thing. This is really great. Makes life for you for the month of July a lot less complicated. I don't know if any of that resonates with anybody, but I sure hope it does. And I hope it gives you a feeling of hope as well. Your second card is within your world of finances and your world of wealth. And wealth represents not just money, not just your bank account, not just your bottom dollar, but it represents, do you have a wealth of health? Do you have a wealth of friends, a wealth of support, a wealth of common sense, grounded reality? Do you have a wealth of, and it goes on and on and on. It can be different for everybody. So we keep just to keep the word wealth in perspective, many different things it can fall into. Finances are finances. Finances are your income. Finances are how you make your money. So yeah, the King of Pentacles, do you know what he is? Because the Queen was here, which kind of represents the feminine side of the Scorpio. The King of Pentacles is almost, in this case, in this reading, representing the male, all right? The male of trust, the male of the Scorpio, the male version of the Scorpio. So everything gets a little bit more shaded. Sorry, guys. I don't mean it in a bad way, but you're colored a bit differently than the female side. A little bit more shading going on. A quieter, deeper strength, because self-pride, you want to call it ego, whatever you want to call it, is very important to a male Scorpion. The way they carry themselves, they're so confident. The strong, silent type would fit them quite well. So, let me grab the generic meaning of the card for you, please. And Pentacles are always a good suit to go by. But this King showing up here, I wiped this table off and there's still something. I don't know what it is. This King reveals a man who's very ambitious and he's trustworthy and he's very protective. See, these are Scorpion qualities. When he commits to a project or a relationship, he's loyal to the last. He can be a powerful business owner or leader. He has a hands-on attitude. And as the U card, if it's resonating for you, this card is representing generosity and also love. And what you gain, you will find yourself sharing with people who are important to you. The advice Protect what is yours while helping those on their way up the ladder, and enjoy the rewards that success will bring you. Your keywords are money, protection, power, loyalty, stability, leadership, and commitment. Money is highlighted here. Money is the placement for this as well. I'm not sensing any huge, overwhelming changes or dispositions or anything like that, other than the fact that Scorpio, you oversee this on a regular basis to make sure nothing trips it up. That your income is secure. It's locked in. It's really nothing to lose sleep over, but just the same, you're very diligent and you watch these things, the financial transactions, your money coming in, your money going out, being very, very careful. Very careful with it. There's a reason why you are that way. Different for everybody, but there's a reason. Okay? So, but financially, right at the moment, I think you're stable. You're really more stable than I am. Huh? The Six of Wands is your third card. The Six of Wands is falling into your hearth and your home, your family, your relationships, your friendships, your intimates, all having to fall into the closest aspect. The most intimate part of your life is your home life, your private life. And this is an incredible card to fall into this place, because everything for you guys, as far as relationships go, everything's on an even keel right now for most of you. I hope this resonates with most of you. There's no upset within the family structure, within your home life, your intimate life. There's no big upsets going on. Everything is just kind of balanced and holding its own here. This card here, and the prompt on it says success, right? And it's a fantastic card for you to have. Again, with sixes, we've got balance and harmony around us. There we go with the sixes. And this is a good one. It brings good things to you. Where is it? Yeah, you take your good old time turning the pages there. Just like everything else today. You got to do everything 5 times to get it to work. Good Lord. All right. The six is bringing you brilliant successes as a result of a lot of hard work and a lot of resilience. Many times being knocked over, trying to accomplish something, trying to complete something, trying to create something. And you've had many first starts over and over and over again because you weren't going to let it go. It's kind of like me tonight. I'll be damned, Scorpio's going to get done. Even if I have to do a recording, the thing's going to take 5 to 6 hours before it's finally posted for people to see, and that's the truth. That's why I got away from doing the pre-recorded readings like this. I miss it, but the time it takes to get them all formatted and processed and then uploaded, it is painful. I kid you not, 65, 75 hours a week. And I used to do monthly readings. At one time I did weekly readings, all pre-recorded. I had no life. Horrible, horrible. And then it would hold up my computer and hold it hostage, all the uploading going on and this sort of thing. I'm just throwing that in there. But anyways, having the resilience, that was my point. I said, come hell or high water, I'm going to get Scorpio done tonight. I've made several attempts that didn't work out. It's going to be done. Anyways, you're very resilient. You've been knocked down a few times, pushed back a few times, held up a few times, but you held on. You stood your ground. That's to be admired, and you're congratulated on it. It takes a lot to do that. Others are going to appreciate you and your shining light, Scorpio. And you may receive special acknowledgement for some work that you've done. This could be attending a presentation or some kind. It could be something where you're awarded something, given a plaque or a certificate of some kind. You may even receive a financial reward to help you celebrate. Somebody slapping you on the back saying, here, we all got together and thought we would chip in, take you and your friends and your family out and make the most of this day and this night. Another meaning of the card could be an offer of love for a Scorpio that's out there as well. And this could be anything from a brand new romance all the way through to a proposal of marriage. Don't rule it out. Some of you may. Some of you won't. Don't rule that out. The advice of the card. This is your time to shine, so don't you hold back. You deserve every bit of success. And you can do that no place better than at home. And within your own circle, your own tribe of people, is to really let your light shine. This is where the few that you trust implicitly will be allowed into this part of you and who you are. It won't be a huge gathering. It'll be a few hand-picked people that you'll share this side of you with. All right? Scorpios very, for the most part, most Scorpions are they hold back. They don't show the outside world. Only what they need to see. They don't need to see this. That's your attitude. It's something very special, something to be appreciated and grateful for. I'm only going to share this with a handful of people. Then if that's what you want to do, there's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead and do that. Allow your light to shine, because you have one, Scorpio, just like everybody else does. Don't hold back on that. You deserve every bit of success that's coming your way. All of it. And you need to believe that. Your keywords for this card are victory and education, rewards, awards, love proposals, promotion, strength, and ceremony. Very good balance in the home life sector. Very good balance in your relationship sector as well. There's nothing wavering in those departments. There's nothing wavering. Everything is running tickety-boo, just like clockwork. This is a great card, because if you've got a great home base, that's half the stress taken off right there. So the fourth card are your challenges, should there be any. They're not going to be that bad, because what she represents, justice, is balance to begin with. If you got balance at home, you're rich. You got it all. There won't be a whole lot of energy invested into this. It could be little things that you're dealing with in the run of your day. That if not taken care of, these little things could grow into be big things, and that's the last thing that you want. So you're Johnny on the spot. You're not wasting any time, and you're taking these small little things. You're sweeping them away. You're cleaning them up. You're putting them away. You're putting everything where it belongs so that you don't get overwhelmed. Baby steps, you might say. That's for some of you. And she's Major Arcana, of course. There she is. A decision is going to be made, and provided that you have acted fairly in the past, Scorpio, it will go into your favor. This can relate to a legal claim, a decision at work, or a relationship or a family matter. When justice appears, you can expect to find out the truth of a situation. Through this, you will find healing and closure. That's important for you. I'm feeling the heat off of that. That's important. The card can also reveal that you may need to make a decision, weighing up your options to find a fair and a balanced way forward. True justice is restorative. Remember that. So the card is suggesting that you will feel vindicated and you will feel stronger within yourself. There's that resilience coming through for you. Another meaning of this is that your spirit guides and your angels are supporting you through your life's path. And your ones that have passed on before, they're walking with you as well. The advice of this card, Scorpio, take a practical approach. If you need to make a decision, you need to go with what is realistic rather than idealistic. The situation doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be workable. So you need to be realistic and grounded and not be letting your head float off into fantasy land. As some people say, well, that's just positive thinking. No, it isn't. Sometimes it goes beyond that. It's worse. It gets so, it's not positive thinking. It's out and out denial of the reality you're dealing with. Don't get caught in there. All right? Keep your feet on the ground and remain realistic. Anything added to that is a bonus. So just look at things and say it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be workable. If a decision that affects you is made by others, just on the off chance that they can't, you need to accept that whatever they do for you is the best that they can do at this time. They're doing the best they can. Your keywords are calm and decisions, integrity, truth, legal issues, support, but the vindication is sweet. Karma's coming back to pay a visit, and you're going to get to witness it. And your suspicions, your intuitions, something that's not quite right, you'll be vindicated in those feelings, and you'll be wanting to say, I told you so, to a lot of people. Nobody would listen to me. Told you so. You know, watch your ego. Don't let it get too inflated over being right and being proven right without even trying to. This gets taken care of for you. The last card here, I didn't turn my little heater on my tea thing. Shoot. I was wondering why it was feeling a little not as hot as it was. Gotta say it's funny doing this recorded. Jennifer's not here. You know, so, well, it's Friday night. She's getting this off, so I wanted to have Friday night off too. But when I have these readings now, this is reading number 5. That's going to leave another 7 readings to do yet. If my light stream and OBS ever get and snap the hell out of it, or YouTube stops rejecting the services, you know, and pulling away from our software, I don't know what's going on. But we've got here the King of Swords. This is your final card. This is your message from Spirit. The King of Swords, he represents ambition. I find with Scorpio, and I'm kind of hearing this at the same time, okay? Ambition is never an issue for Scorpion. Because if they've attempted something and they run into problems, they can already see where it's going. And it's not a lack of ambition, but they'll just drop the rocks right there and say, no, this is where it stops. Scorpio will not waste any time on something that they feel they're going to end up defeated on, putting a lot of work, time, and energy into something to have it all for naught. Nothing comes out of it. Nothing pans out of it. They will drop things. And it's not because of lack of ambition. It's because of their thinking ahead. And they already know what to expect. And they know which way these things are going to roll. And they will walk away. They will drop a project, turn their back, and they will walk away. They don't care what people think of it. It's just that simple. This is Scorpio through and through. Look at the determination on his face. Look at his face. There's a lot of quiet strength here. But he's a man that's no nonsense. Very much. No nonsense type. He analyzes things. He gives things the sharp eye, the one over, to get a feel for things. He'll only adopt things into his own life and his own way of doing things if he's interested. And if it looks good, potential is there. He wastes no time as well. Or most people taking on some kind of a challenge or a project, and there's a timeline that people try to adhere by, and they follow and they do the proper protocol. They start off at A, then they move into B, then they move into C, and so on until they get to where they're supposed to be. He's not like that. This is a card of impatience. The Spirit is recognizing that there's some impatience going on here. He won't take proper protocol because he's anxious to succeed and to get through things. He doesn't like, he won't take the colorful way because it's pretty, because the ride's easier. He doesn't do that. He takes the tried and true path that's already been beaten down before him, that people before him have taken. He's also not going to go from point A to point B to point C to point D. he will go from point A right through and jump over B and C right into D, because he doesn't waste any time with foolishness. Been there, done it. I know how this works. I'm not wasting any time. I'm anxious to get through this, get through and cover and jump these blocks, because I know what's on the other side of them. He's very well prepared. His intuition is very strong as well. The King of Swords. This man is very clever, and he's often a strong leader in a professional career. He's a great strategist. He has charm, and he has ambition, but he can create pressure too. And as he's impatient to succeed, things can happen. He can be relied upon to offer calm, logical judgment, as he's not an emotional basket case. He sees facts for what they are. Another meaning to this card could be legal issues that may be needing your attention just now. If this king is resonating with you, take a logical approach, because this is the time for mental agility rather than emotion. All right, we're talking swords. It's not about emotions. It's mental clarity, mental agility. The advice, look to the facts before you make a decision. This guy always does. This energy brings you that kind of intelligence. You need to look for the facts before you get involved in anything. Keywords: fairness and balance, incisiveness, decision, strength, justice, and support. So there we go. Whatever you go through the month, you're doing so. Your integrity's up front and center. It's very important. You're doing everything the proper way. You're not wasting silly time skirting around things or wasting time trying to make things easier by taking shortcuts, and it only took you 3 hours to get to the shortcut. If you just followed through and went straight through, it would have all been done in an hour. Do you know what I'm saying? That kind of thinking. Watch your thinking. Watch your strategies is what you need to do. This is a good month for you. She's ruling the nest, kind of a thing. Home life is good. Finances are good. You're keeping a sharp eye on things. You don't trust banks, financial institutions. So, you're planning on looking at things on your own, taking care of your own. You're very resilient. You may get knocked down. You may stumble a couple times, but you're always going to get back up. Nothing's ever going to hold you down. But the balance and the harmony in your home life is just fantastic. This card always brings goodness, justice. Things will be set properly. Justice will prevail. Okay, no matter what. Great that way. And being watched over by the universe. The universe is the buffer between you and the reality that you're dealing with. It's a buffer so that you're not taking things head on in a big crash, but you're going through and you're hitting things smoothly and then going through it and then moving on to the next thing, which is a wonderful thing in your favor. I'm going to stop right now. We're at 33 minutes, 35 seconds, and try to get this uploaded as quickly as possible. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you for your patience. Now, after Scorpio, the rest of them could all be live. I don't know what's going to happen. I always make the attempt to go live first. If not, if I have to do from here on out pre-recorded readings, I'm going to be at this for the next couple of days, and I apologize ahead of time. At least we're getting it all done within the first week of beautiful, beautiful July. Happy birthday to those in July. That's Cancer. That's me. Oh, well. Anyway, thank you all for being here. If you haven't joined the channel, please do. And click the notification bell as well so you're notified when Bay Funny Fortunes posts anything. And if you happen to be hanging on Facebook, once you stop in, pay us a visit. It is a closed and private group. It's a beautiful group. There's no fighting. There's no animosity. It's a true community of spiritual family, and it's full of a couple thousand people, of like-minded people that are just like you and just like me. And how do we know this? Because we're both here. That's why. You wouldn't be here unless you were like-minded in that way. And you can leave anytime you like, but everything in there is pre-approved. From your joining to any posts that you want to make. They have to be pre-approved. The only thing isn't is if you leave. You can just leave quietly. Not a problem. So I hope to see some of you there, and a very warm welcome to you. And please keep the peace in so that you can share your love and your light out with the rest of the world in any corner of your world, even the smallest way, because we can't get enough of that right now. All we need is love. Bye-bye for now.